Mood.com has created an entire line of functional gummies that target specific health concerns with 100% federally legal THC blends. They deliver to your door discreetly, right to your doorstep. Get 20% off your first order at Mood.com with promo code ATM. That's 20% off your first order at Mood.com with promo code ATM.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to At This Moment.
With me, Jim Jefferies, and Amos Gill. This is actually the second time we've recorded this podcast. We're now doing it on the back of phones because the other recording didn't work out. We may not have hit the record button. We're not sure. But it was a belter of a podcast.
They talk about the great loss of knowledge and art at the burning down of the Library of Alexandria. And this is, if you have no written history, if you have no thing, then things will be forgotten.
And we could try and recreate what we did the other night backstage at the Hammersmith Apollo, but we never did that.
With a cave painting or something. But no, we were backstage at the Hammersmith Apollo in a very famous dressing room that the Beatles have sat at and everything. I'm in a hotel room now in London that maybe someone's overdosed in. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, the Rolling Stones partied here in 1968.
And they haven't redone the decor since.
And the hotel doesn't half let you know about it either.
I know, they tell you all the time.
You're like, I'm not sure about the breakfast this morning. I think the bacon was overdone. That's how Mick Jagger liked it, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's no moss. There's no moss.
They bring it up all the time. In fact, so I don't want to paint Jim as a diva.
Yeah.
But he was fucking ropeable when we went to this hotel. It is nice, but you're a modern man.
Okay.
This shit bothers you.
It doesn't block out the sun.
Uh-huh.
And we had an actual key on a wooden, like that looks like you're at a gas station.
And you've not been trusted to not take the key when you have shit.
That's a lot of effort to remember that key everywhere you go.
It's hard taking that out with you everywhere.
So, and it's also like, oh, look, I'm not a single fella, right?
Yeah.
But imagine if you picked up a young lady and went...
Got to slide that across the bar. Hard to be discreet as this chick leaves the bar jingling with your fucking key.
And also, you lose a key at other hotels. You go down reception, I've lost my key, can I have another key? With that room number, blah, blah, blah. This one's like that. Oh, you pay a deposit on the key.
I lost my key this morning at breakfast, and the porter had to come. And he was like this, what floor? I go, 5, which is the top floor here. He went like this, 5. 5, is it? That British work ethic that we know and love.
Oh, yeah.
5.
Well, speaking of the British work ethic, at this moment, the big thing that's happening, when we did the show on the Monday, which was sold out, but a few people couldn't make it to the gig, I am adding an extra gig in Hammersmith on the back of the tour in November. So check jimjefferies.com, check my Instagram. You'll see when it's listed if you want to come back. The shows in Hammersmith were unbelievable. The first show was good, and the second show was amazing, just a really amazing.
Well, let's go through that first. I want to talk about the first show.
Okay, to the first show. The first show, I go on stage, and I come out at the moment to a Village People song. So, let's still have the Village People up. I like to upset Karen Willis.
Showing contrition from our...
yes.
Continuing our apology tour, our global apology tour.
So I come out, and I come out the Macho Man, and it's all like a mirror ball and all like rainbow colour.
It's gay.
Yeah, it's super gay. It's the campest outing ever. Like if you saw Julian Clary or Alan Carr coming out to this, you go, bit much, boys, bit on the nose. Anyway, so I've come out, I'm like, so the Village People, right? I'm that far into my set, and then just in the back of the room, a bit of like kerfuffle, and the house lights go boonk straight up. And it turns out there was like an older gentleman, I don't know how old, but older than the person who did. He was sitting in a chair and in his seat, and a young bloke comes up and goes, hey, these are my fucking seats. And he goes, well, there's other seats just over there. I think this is my seats, whatever. Oh, they're my seats. Oh, fuck off, cunt. And then the young bloke lamped him, just fucking bang, whilst he's in the chair.
Full KO.
Literally punching down. This guy was punching down. There is no...
And kicking from all reports.
Yeah.
Stomping.
Yes, stomping and punching down. That's why you like my comedy. Anyway, so he knocked the bloke out, and then I just saw this bloke being lifted up, and he was just like a rag doll, and they had to leave the house lights up. So I became a rodeo clown at that stage, where you have to distract the bull that just killed a man over here and just go honk honk.
You're back to anyway. Women are bloody gold diggers, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm straight into the sensation of a sneeze is 1/8 of an orgasm. What do you reckon?
So was he taken out to the hospital, or
he was taking the emergency room, and I didn't know this about England.
Well, we got to get him tickets for the next one.
Yeah. So the guy who got punched, if you can prove you're the guy who got punched, because I know the British, they'll all go, oh yeah, fuck it, so if you can prove. Write to me. I'll get you tickets to the new show coming up because you didn't get to see anything.
He's an exception to 2-limb policy.
Yeah. He's part of this. And as I said, 4-limb policy. If you contact me and you're missing 4 limbs, you get free tickets as well.
But it was awesome to do the Hammersmith Apollo.
It's the best. It's one of the wall of sound you get from there. Plus, it's also beautiful. Plus, it's also bigger than a theatre. It's almost like doing like an arena-y type gig because it's over 3,500. And the dressing rooms, you're in there, and there's pictures of John Lennon in the dressing room that you're just in. You know, when the Beatles 1964 and the suits and everything. So it was really fucking cool. It's one of those ones that when I drove past it and I saw my name up on the placard, I still got a little chill. Like that's something.
That's one of the first times I've seen you get your phone out to take a picture of something.
Yeah. I never take pictures of nothing, but that was pretty cool. So that happened in the first show. The second show, and we're like we have to stay in this hotel room now because there's no getting around London right now because the Tube drivers are on strike. The Tube drivers.
London is a complete standstill. It's a shit show. You can't get anywhere.
It's to 2 miles is like 30-minute drive or a 20-minute walk.
There are no trains today due to industrial action. So I thought I'd go over with a little bit of what's happening.
Yes.
So because I wanted to know, okay, I like to stand with workers.
Yeah.
But
people should be paid a fair amount of money for a fair day's work.
There's a sniff test of like what should this be?
Before we do, I'll tell the story. I know we told it I didn't tell it in the last podcast. We told this on the podcast that wasn't recorded. I used to work in a bar called The Green in Shepherd's Bush when I first got to England in 2001. And
must have been odd for them to see an Australian working behind a bar.
Oh, yeah, they all said it. They were all Australian bartenders because, I tried to get some British employees, but they all stayed down in the freezer. That's what they got. And the freezer's a fridge, right? They're all down in the fridge. They all sat there fucking behind kegs having a secret dart.
What, level 1? Upstairs seating.
It's the same reason why there's Australians working at the Moulin Rouge. We're hard fucking workers.
We did go to the Moulin Rouge in Paris. Well, we didn't go to the Moulin Rouge. We went to the B-list Moulin Rouge called La Nouvelle Eve.
We haven't talked about this either. I forget we recorded a podcast already. So we're in Paris. By the way, Paris gig, really unexpectedly good. Really nice crowd. Jelly Roll was in the audience. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't say hello to him. He went out afterwards, but I spoke to him on the phone very quickly. I never met Jelly Roll. So Jelly Roll was in the crowd in Paris. And afterwards, our promoter, Eric, who promotes some of our tours, some of our gigs in Europe, and he's a good guy, but we were at the Moulin Rouge and we went to buy tickets. And I said, we'll buy tickets for after my show. So we'll finish the show at 10 and then at 11 o'clock we'll go to the Moulin Rouge, see some girls doing the fucking can. Happy days.
Good Paris experience.
Yeah, Paris experience, right? We ate a pastry, right? We were doing French shit. We had...
you and I had a romantic day. We went to Cedric Grolet where you pay 18 euros for a pastry and it's got to be pretty fucking good to not make you furious. Banger.
Worth every cent.
Banger.
Worth every cent. Well done. And so we went down there. We went to buy the tickets and the promoter said, and I quote, "Don't worry about it. I've got ya. I'll just call a few people."
And we said, "But they're 100 euros right now. We'll just grab them now. Please, let me organize it."
And we said, "Do you have a contact?" And he said, "I will get one. I will get one."
We knew
that's what Eric said. I will get one. Then I get off stage in the Paris gig, and I'm like, "All right, great gig." I had a little small meet and greet, 10 people. Took the photos. And then I said, "All right, off to the Moulin Rouge," like this. And our tour manager looked at me and went, "Oh, Jim, about that, Eric did not get the tickets. He tried to get the tickets, and now they're all sold out."
Well, I didn't know that because Eric was hiding downstairs.
Yeah, and I said, "Where is he?" I think he's off having a cigarette. I went out to where the cigarette. He fucking was hiding under a table or something. Right? Haven't spoken to him since.
He was hiding under the stairs, and then he could just hear this. "I just wanted to fucking see some titties."
I just wanted a basic night out. I don't drink. I don't ask for much. I just wanted to see some. And it turns out that all the dancers at the Moulin Rouge, now there's 4 clubs that do these cabaret shows, and we went to one down the road.
Yeah, so Moulin Rouge is the top one, the major, I'm not going to say tourist trap.
And there's a Crazy Horse, and there's what was one that we went to?
There's one called Paradis, and then there's one called La Nouvelle Eve, which I imagine is where you like work your way up to get to the Moulin Rouge.
It's not the open mics, like you're still a professional.
Yeah.
but you're not playing the big arena yet.
But it was actually good because it was a smaller
You're
club.
an undercard in a boxing match.
Yeah. Or so you're either on your way up to the Moulin Rouge
or on your way down. You've aged out, yes.
Yeah.
And so it was very good. All Australian girls, because at certain stages, they've got to say things like, oh, bonsoir, oui. You know what I mean? Oh, je ne sais quoi. Ooh.
So 60% of the dancers, I think it may be even more, 70% are from Australia. And we found out why. It's because they said, one, the girls are willing to be paid dog shit because they're living their dreams in Paris.
Yes.
And two, as the Aussie chick said in the 60 Minutes piece, because we're hard workers and we can take a beating. Not like a physical beating, but like we'll just do so many shows. Like the local girls just can't keep up with it.
And also, we're really tall.
We're tall girls.
We're tall girls. They don't let short girls on it.
So the Moulin Rouge, which you think is a French experience, which obviously not anymore,
is all Australian. Anyway, one that we're up, they brought 4 blokes on stage, and the host of it was a British girl, really pretty British girl who could sing a few songs, and she brought 4 lads up, and they were going to do a dance off, right? You do a dance, you do a dance. And where are you from? And where are you from, love? Where are you from? And then voulez-vous there, but she'd translate everything in French.
Yes.
For the no French people in the room, none.
So an Australian audience watching Australian girls pretend to be French.
But everybody they brought on stage, where are you from? I'm from Canberra. I'm from Wollongong. I'm from Sydney.
Yeah.
Right? So they all came on, boom, 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 boom. What was I talking about? Oh, the second thing. Right? So we come to the second show. So that's Eric, you're on fucking... We'll see you again at the next show. See if he hides.
Yeah, he's
not in that much trouble.
To be honest, the small show was probably a better one.
We had a great time. But don't let him know that. Don't let him know we had a good night out. We had a banger. And there was a juggler. He was fucking good. He would get really far in America's Got Talent, but he's playing in a fucking 11:30 at night in a little small room in Paris.
I don't want to start shit in the French cabaret scene.
Yeah.
But the male performers stole the show at what is meant to be a titty review.
The male performers were the best bit. I didn't know it was like stand-up.
I'm sick of these men.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm sick of these men coming into female spaces. And these ones are ruining it for the girls, coming in there with their showmanship, their strength. Their juggling, their comedic talent.
No, they made us laugh. There was a guy who was a statue thing who made a baby grow out of him, and then it was a puppet. It was a puppet of Ghost himself. It was a tearjerker, I tell you. Very good stuff.
What about the male acrobat?
There was a male acrobat who was meant to be there for the mums and the ladies, and he had abs and a perfectly toned body, but he was 5'2". So there was that.
I'd have to think if he's married, because he wasn't gay. I don't think he looked straight.
I think he was straight. I think the male performers, the 3 male performers, were straight. The male dancers were not straight. So the male dancers, they come out and dance with the women, right? And then occasionally the women will walk by and they'll have to do gestures like this. Like as soon as you do that, when a woman walks by and you go, I know what he's trying to do.
They should have one straight male dancer who doesn't go, he should go, something more believable.
Yeah, there should just be one bloke who stands next to the rest of them like, I'm glad they're all gay. I get to clean up.
Well, the no doubt the 3 performers, if they're married, their wives are not comfortable.
No.
With their line of work. Can't you just work the cruise ships? I get seasick out there. I've got to stay here.
Yeah, it's good here. We get to stay here the whole time.
Have you ever tried juggling at sea? It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, and then is there any new dancers? I don't even talk to them. I don't even.
They keep them in their own.
Some Australian girl, Charlene, Nolene, Darlene, something. They're all leans.
Bogans.
Yeah.
Not my type.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could say they have a good body. Yeah, the body's good, but that's about it.
I prefer thicker. I prefer them thick.
I prefer a woman like you who's married a juggler. I prefer a juggler's wife.
Too tall. The legs are too long and toned. It's upsetting me.
Yuck.
Yeah.
So that was our time in France. We come back here. Then we do the show. The tube strike happens. Now, onto the tube.
Yeah, so anyway, once the tube strike happens, you do realise in a city like London,
and you think to yourself, we got to. So that's the whole thing. I was working in a bar called The Green, and in the bar called The Green, there was a daytime drinker, and I was struggling as a comedian. I was working as a bartender for £5 an hour in 2001, plus tips, which worked out to be about 60p for the whole shift.
Not a lot of tipping.
Keep the 10p. The 10p. Occasionally, the British will do this. Buy yourself one, where that's actually like. You have to. That's a drink after work, so you can put in the amount of the drink into the cash register and leave a receipt.
But you don't have to drink it.
Well, you kind of do. It's culturally like the staff is like, there's just 5 drinks, and so it's like I used to bank up drinks and then get smashed, like after work.
So if you're too good of an employee, you develop a problem.
It might have been my origin story. Anyway, so So this guy used to come in, and he was in charge of employment for the Tube. He's the guy who hired. He took a shot. He was also a drunk.
Do you think he was getting kickbacks? Because that's a good job to get.
He took a shine to me because he used to chat to me all day, and I stood in the bar and he goes, "I can get you a job tomorrow, right? £50,000 starting. And you know what, son? It's a job for life. You'll never have another job again."
Super strong union.
At £50,000 in fucking 2001 is the equivalent of £80,000 now in today's money, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Which at that stage was 200,000 Australian dollars.
And what was like rent back then? What were you paying for a month?
Rent, I was paying 600 quid a month, dossing in and out.
So these Tube drivers, this is good work.
Yeah. This
is great work.
And my gigs, I was getting 50 quid a gig.
Yeah.
50 quid a gig. And it was like you could, and if I had a job like that, I didn't even have I had work visas. I didn't have any citizenship. I could have got the equivalent of a green card type of thing here because I had a job with the government, right?
Yeah, and it is still work on a microphone.
Yeah. I would have been the best, mind the gapper. Oh, well, we had one more bloke get his head stuck in the door. Let's try it again, folks. You know what I mean?
Mind the gap. Not between the train and the pavement. Look at the teeth on this fucking
between your ears, mate.
Just, a little bit of light, gentle banter.
It would have been enough to keep me going. And so when he said job for life.
It's a crossroads moment.
You'll never have another job. And I was fucking close. I was so close to going, well, I could still do stand-up there. I'd still be able to do it on the weekends as a hobby and on Toaster. And I went against it. I went down the stand-up path.
Well, often
I think about it, life could have been different.
If you did do it, I still think you could have fit stand-up in because I was curious.
Well, this is the thing.
What do the Tube drivers get? So
2001, 50 grand.
So right now, the base salary, is the base.
The base.
Is £70,000 base.
£70,000 is a lot of fucking money. I know that people are going to say that you have more money than that. Yes, I do. But it is a lot of fucking money.
I don't think I earn £70,000.
You don't earn that much?
I don't think I earn £70,000.
70,000 fucking quid. And how many of the drivers are? The Tubes come every 4 minutes. There's so many lines. There's got to be hundreds of these guys.
So right now, it's £70,000 in a 35-hour work week.
Yeah.
This is what they're striking for.
Yeah.
They want a 32-hour working week, so 4 days only.
They want to knock one day. They don't want to do a 5-day week. They want to have a long weekend every year. And was it 75 or 72?
Then they're going to be pushed up, and they want 75% off all national rail. So anytime they travel, 75% of all
which are owned by private companies. This is just, you might as well just go, and I want free haircuts.
Yeah. So the base salary is going to go up. Some of the Tube drivers who have been grandfathered in are over £100,000.
If I was there,
that'd be you.
If I was there in 2001, you don't think I'd be 100,000 quid guy?
Yeah.
All fucking day I would.
We got to track down that guy who offered you the job.
Or every fucking day I would.
Because here's the problem.
He was even going, the unions, mate, they can't kick you out. It's a job for life.
Job for life. Problem is that the trains are also, the Tubes are also automated. So they're in this precarious position, really, where what they actually do is they're not drivers, they're observers.
I'm for the workers. The trains are automated. They're meant to be there to hit the stop button if someone jumps on the tracks. That's all they're there for. And they've shown that they've actually missed that 3 times out of 4. Yeah, 3 times out of 4, they're not paying attention because they're on their fucking phone or something. Because why would you?
Do you know there's a viral video?
You have to sit there all day.
Doing fuck all. There's a viral video of one of the guys up there who was knitting a pair of socks.
Yeah.
Because he's just bored at the front of the train.
Yeah.
£100,000, 32-hour work week.
And it's not like they're engineers. It's not like, there's something playing up with the truck. I better bring out my tools, throw some coal in there. You know what I mean? Like, they're not fucking doing anything.
Well, this will piss you off because I went, all right, so the Tube's down. How am I getting around? So there's buses, cabs, scooters. Now, the buses aren't striking. What do you reckon a bus driver's salary is? Keep in mind, a bus driver has a wheel. He has to negotiate traffic, scooters, pedestrians.
So he can hit a pedestrian. He can hit a car. He also has just as much. He has more chance of being affected by a terrorist than a train driver would.
Also, you can access the bus driver. You can attack him personally.
Oh yeah. No, he gets called a cunt on a daily basis by drunks
all the time. And like, the salary is
he's opening the door, he's shutting the door. He used to be collecting the fucking cash.
Yeah.
You used to throw some money at him.
Yeah, remember they used to shill out the coins off that thing. He's running a till for a long time.
I'm going to say this gun's only 35 grand.
32,000 pounds.
Fuck me. That is such a hard... The bus drivers right now picking up the slack for the train drive, for the tube drivers, must be, are you fucking kidding me?
Fucking revolted at the tube drivers. Because not
I
only
should have taken the job. It's too good a job.
Maybe
it's like a gondolier stuff where I could give it to my sons.
But I want to get on the bus and tell the drivers, like, what are you doing?
Why aren't you striking?
Why are you striking? You're the one that actually has to do the thing.
And they're not ready for automated buses. There will be in 10 years.
Of course. Well, we've got the auto cars.
We've got auto cars, but buses is a different sort of thing. And also they're squeezing through precarious little gaps that maybe the automated thing would go, no, I'm not doing. Like a London bus driver is a skilled profession.
Yeah, well, I was scooting in and around yesterday because I took the Lime bike and everyone
you could do that overseas. How do you do that?
Uber.
I just on Uber.
The Uber app unlocks it. Yeah, Uber and Lime do it. Yeah, it's good. So I took the Lime bike, and everyone was on the Lime bikes yesterday. So if you're going around the city, it was fucking chaos. And I was riding after a lunch at Tashoom, which great place Tashoom, Indian restaurant.
Yeah, chain.
Who has a great strategy, which is if you're a member of Tashoom, which my friend is.
You love gambling though.
Yeah, at the end of the meal, if they bring out a dice, and if you roll a 6, your meal's free.
Yeah, it only happens 1 in 6 times.
We rolled a 4 8 times.
What, 4 or 8 times in a row?
Yeah.
That's
that's rarer than getting a 6.
No, it's rarer than.
But anyway, so I've had a few wines, and I'm riding the Lime bike home through the city, and I got up onto. I didn't want to be behind the buses. I was getting smog in the face.
Yes.
So I got up on the sidewalk, and I was going in and out of business people.
Where's your watch?
And we'll get into that. I was riding, weaved, and then I ran into the back of an elderly, thin, posh-looking man.
Yes.
And he went, "Oh, my! Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I stepped into your line. How foolish of me. What a klutz I've been." And I looked at him, and I knew the head. It was Jacob Rees-Mogg, who was a Tory MP.
You have to explain who it is.
Jacob Rees-Mogg is one of the poshest men in Britain.
Right-wing posh guy.
Right-wing posh guy who's no longer in power. And very hated by a lot of lefty people here in the UK.
Yeah,
couldn't believe how polite he was. It was a caricature. This is an English lord who I've gone into the back of, and he goes, "I'm so sorry that I've wrecked your day, but I could have hurt you there."
There's this exact scene in National Lampoon's European Vacation when Chevy Chase and his family, because they don't know which side of the road to drive on.
Yeah.
They drive into Eric Idle on a bike. Eric Idle's whole bike is fucked up, and he apologises. It's like cartoonish what happened to you.
Just bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
And he goes to me.
He goes, over there, and blood went.
But when I recognised him, I did the thing that I always do, which is you think you're going to have some fun lines for
sure.
people sometimes. I just yell the person's name. I just went like this, "Jacob Rees-Mogg!"
Yeah.
That was all I had.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Quite right." and he was with another gentleman who I think was ready. I imagine he gets abused in public a lot.
Sure. Someone wants to smash an egg on him or something.
Something like that. Yeah. And I just went, "Oh, mate, I know your videos. You're hilarious. You're a caricature. You're so funny." He goes, "Are you Australian?" I said, "I am." And he goes, "Well, I hope you enjoy your stay here in your home. This is where you're from, London. Have a wonderful time, and I hope you don't run into more klutzes like me on the journey." And I was like, "Oh, we'll say something." I go, "Yeah, you got to fix the bloody crime here, though, because I was told I can't even wear a watch around this city. My Rolex is in my pocket." And he went, "That's the right place for it to be." And then I pulled out my Rolex, which is a fake that I bought in Cyprus.
So you
Did we discuss this on the podcast?
I don't know, but you bought a fake watch that was the same as my watch because you wanted to be a wanker and you wanted to rile me up so that you could go on stage. And so either you wanted to look like you had a real watch or that we both would bought fakes.
So Jim has a back girl, is that what it's called?
Yeah, back girl, yeah.
A back girl. Now, I can't afford the back girl. I like the back girl. So I thought it'd be funny when we were in Cyprus. I crossed over to the Turkish side, which is a land of no rules.
Yes.
It's not officially recognised by anywhere but Turkey. And all they do, I wish you were able to come across in it is just, there's no name brands. So they bring in all fakes. So there is a Rolex store per se, but it's all fake.
We might have talked about this already on the other podcast.
I don't think we did. It was the one that we lost.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I keep going.
Either way, my Rolex cost me, it was €200. I managed to talk this woman to give me 2 for 300.
This the guy now has to drive a deal.
He
knows how to get a deal. And he said to me, he was like this, oh, why would you want to spend all that money? I got this here, 150 euros. 150 euros.
But I made sure I bought the same one.
Everyone thinks the same when they look at my watch as when they look at your watch. What happened to that watch?
Yeah, so I was wearing that watch. I did try and rile him up because I was like, well, I'll just spend the money. As I was riding my Lime bike, I went over so many cobblestones, the pin fell out and the thing fell to the floor and fucking smashed.
Just rattling along the road a little bit like that, the whole thing fell off and smashed.
So I showed Jacob Rees-Mogg. I said, yeah, I had to keep my Rolex in my pocket. He goes, well, that's a good place to keep it. And I said, nah, but it's a counterfeit one that I got from Turkey. And he goes, well, I couldn't tell. I thought, what a sweetheart.
An elderly old man couldn't see the serial numbers with his fucking naked eye, you reckon?
That was, I will say
that about right-wing English people versus right-wing American people. Right-wing American people, like politicians, like if you were like Mitch McConnell or something like that, they always seem a little bit like, oh, you're not going to get any money on the thing and they've got to work out. It seems a bit more aggressive. When you do this voice, well, the working class need to work a little bit harder. I find it a lot more delightful. I don't know why.
Yeah, of course.
I'm more forgiving of them.
It's such a caricature. Also, I ran into the back. I would have heard him, eh? He's like old. He's 58. I bumped into the fucking guy, and then I watched him on the news that night talking about the tube strike, and he was like, this should be automated. There's no need for them. And if they're going to strike, fire the lot of them, because the city is going to be clogged. And I thought, right now, he's thinking, I got fucking run over by a Lime bike because of these bricks.
Yeah.
I caused him to go on the news and give a real stirring rendition about why these workers need to be fired. And then, you know what else I thought about last night is, this is a lord. Like he has a big manor out somewhere. He's a proper lord.
Yeah.
In any other, go back 200 years, if I'd cluttered into him on my bicycle, he'd probably fucking kill me.
No.
You don't think?
Not the lords, no.
I could have run into a lord.
They would have made a new law. Less Australians.
They would have put me into the stocks or something.
I don't think so.
Could have he lashed me?
I don't think so.
He would have had a bag man who's like...
for you accidentally hitting him with a bike?
Sorry about that, my lord. I lost control of the car.
You're worse off now. And someone, whiplash. Lucky he didn't sue you, right?
Yeah.
You're lucky you bashed into a rich bloke who doesn't need the cash.
Oh, yeah.
If you bashed into a tube driver who was walking along going, this is all right, isn't it? Hey?
I was trying to enjoy me industrial action and a Lime bike smacked into my neck. I'm going to need £250,000.
Yeah, and the problem is, right, I can't oversee the controls because see my neck movement. I can't see the people jumping on the tracks. So I'm not ready to go.
Speaking of jumping on the tracks, we should mention this.
That's a good name for a band.
Jumping on the tracks?
Yeah.
Oh, we should do that. That's a great name. Yeah, like a real emo band.
Yeah.
Jumping on the tracks.
Jumping on the tracks.
So jumping on the tracks, if you get 3 of them in your lifetime, I know this in Melbourne as a tram driver, that you're retired for life, full pension.
And the album could be called Jump on These Tracks.
Jump on These Tracks.
Let us tell you about an online cannabis company that's revolutioning how we deal with life's challenges. From sleepless nights to stress-filled days.
I use weed to sleep almost every night. Just a micro dose of it.
It's a nightmare when you're away from America.
You're going in and out of time zones and stuff like that. The other option is you take something like Xanax or something like that, which is habit forming, where weed isn't. I'm a big fan of weed. I think you should get on it. It's better than alcohol. You can get 20% off your first order at mood.com with promo code ATM. So go to mood.com, promo code section, put ATM there. You're going to get 20% off. You're also going to get it discreetly delivered to your house. What more can you ask for?
You're the most passionate I've seen you.
I'm telling you, this is a product I use, people. A product I use.
Mood.com has created an entire line of functional gummies that target specific health concerns with 100% federally legal THC blends. They'll deliver them discreetly right to your doorstep. Now, here comes the science stuff. I have to read this very carefully.
There is a sleepy time gummy that has been knocking me out. 15 minutes, you take it, 15 minutes. You don't even know you're high. If you're one of these people like, I don't know how I deal with being high. I get paranoid, I get this, I get that. Just try it for sleep. Take a little dose, go to sleep. You're going to have the best sleep of your life. No hangover like stupid alcohol.
And the best of all, not only does Mood stand behind everything with an industry-leading 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as mentioned, listeners will get 20% off their first order with code ATM. So head to mood.com, browse their amazing selection of functional gummies and find the perfect gummy for whatever you're dealing with. And
now,
remember,
what makes them difference is how they pair THC and the cannabis pods into the gummies, like you find at a dispensary or anywhere that matter. And the gummies have literally everything in them. Immune support, menopause relief, PMS symptoms. They've cleared mine up completely. Mental clarity, sexual arousal. They have it for you, eh? Hey, guy getting married, he might need some moods.
20% ATM in the checkout. Get on Mood.
Best of all, not only does Mood stand behind everything they do, the industrial leading 100-day satisfaction guaranteed. As I mentioned, listeners just get 20% off their first order with the code ATM. Perfect.
You can't do the quick stuff, can you?
No, I can't do it.
Because I did think if you have two already, and you're
I know the thing. Okay, so Mackenzie Crook, who Gareth from The Office, there's a movie about this.
Is there really?
There's a movie where he's a tube driver and he has a couple of people jump in front of his train, and then he tries to find another person to kill himself, and they plan it. Right? If I remember right, it has been years since I've seen this film. They become friends or something during the planning.
He talks the guy off the ledge or something, does he?
Yeah. So it's if you get the third strike, I don't know if it's called a strike. If your tube window needs a squidgy, needs a full squidgy, full squidge, just to take off just skin and bone matter, right? Then you get the time off because of the nightmares. But you know what? After each one, the first time you get like 2 weeks each time.
Of course.
So it's not like you don't get anything for the first two.
But that's dark. But that is kind of funny because
you've been Tenerife like this, haven't you? I've been through a tragedy.
What's it? Long service leave,
Mate, way better than that. Some cunt jumped out the fucking front of me and now the whole family's off on a vacation.
And the good thing was, I didn't even see it because I wasn't paying attention.
I was knitting a scarf at the time. I'm hoping I get one more. We might even get a fucking place around here in Marbella.
Mind you, if I was paying attention, I could have stopped the train in time. I wouldn't be here at all.
That means there would have been industrial action maybe 40 years ago where a union lawyer...
You got to hold your phone. You're recording
about that. Where a union lawyer must have had instances before, which must be horrific for the drivers. But that would have had to have been negotiated. So there would have been a sit-down with Metro.
If three people jump as once, does that get you off the hook right away? Or does that count as one?
Like a mass incident,
Yeah, mass incident.
So
there's a fight breaking out in the platform.
They would have had to have had a negotiation to this with to and fro where they go 2 and they go
they would have
4.
Gone, no, they would have gone what? They would have gone 6. Come on. A lot of people commit suicide all the time. In this economy? We could strike. And then they would have gone 4. We're not doing 4. All right, we're on strike 3.
3.
They
would have wanted 1.
Yeah, they would have wanted 1.
They would have originally wanted. How can anyone recover from an incident like this?
Yeah.
And they went.
No, you have to. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
That's why you get £70,000.
You get paid more than a soldier, and they see fucking brains splatter out. They get paid way more than a soldier.
And the nurse.
A nurse in the emergency ward who has to see someone's face smashed in with glass bottles because they've been glassed. Which, incidentally, in Britain now, they've gotten rid of all pint glasses. They're like your windscreen of your car. They shatter now, so you can't glass anyone anymore. How long did it take for them to do that?
That is, you are so right.
I used to do a joke years ago. The British are the only people in the world to use the word glass as a verb.
Fucking glassed, mate.
Yeah, I glassed him.
I was a pub fight at my show last night.
I was going to be glassed.
I forgot about that. There was a pub fight at my show last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was enough people.
We had 38, and thanks to all the Aussies who came out.
With no tube, mind you, with no tube.
So it was actually, the venue only seats 38, so we sold it out
done.
in the Fitzrovia pub. A lot of Aussies, you could tell because they had backwards hats, moustaches and mullets. We are becoming so, even for white people, you can see us.
We have a look now. It's very distinctive. I don't know why every young Australian has got a moustache, but here we go, moustache. And
so it was a really cool pub.
And a certain way of dressing and a way of carrying ourselves, which just, you can hear the sound.
But you know what? The London Aussies, they're pretty fun, though.
I remember.
Obsessed with Guinness.
I remember. Okay, so the London Aussies are all under 27.
Yeah.
They've got their 2-year work visa. They're going to see the world. This is their 2 years to cut loose before they become adults, before they go back to Australia, become adults, maybe get married, maybe have children, maybe have, you know what I mean? So I remember I lived in Britain, 8 years or something like that. And I remember when I was about 5 years on, I was on the tube and I was just sitting there and this guy who had obviously fresh off the boat, he had just landed and he'd come on the tube and he was just like, hey, fucking g'day you cunts, fucking ah. And like this, and I just looked at him like this, right? And he goes, what, mate? You don't like the Aussie sense of humour? And I said, you're making me look like a cunt, mate. And another Australian girl went, yeah, down the end of the fucking thing. This guy had been there for a week.
When you hear our voice overseas,
yeah.
I remember being overseas for 6 months and hearing an Australian in the ski fields of France.
Yeah.
And he got on the chairlift and he goes, fucking not bad. And when you haven't heard that voice, it's a shriek, isn't it?
Well, I've always found it amazing that women find it attractive.
It's not.
This isn't the greatest accent in the world. Like, what if you could have an accent?
Irish,
yeah, that's the number
absolutely,
one.
mate.
That's the one.
Unbelievable.
Everybody seems to find it
mate.
charming. The things that you can get away with.
You can be such a lovely bloke.
You can
great
be
crack.
You can be fucked up, drunk, because I let things get a little bit away from me.
We should throw our Irish friend under the bus. I had my fake Rolex on. Jim had his real one.
So Andrew Maxwell has been a friend of mine for 20 years, and him and Glenn Wall opened the UK gigs, and Amos was on at the London gigs as well. And Amos was you tell the story.
So I'm like showing my fake Rolex. I go, not bad for 150. And Andrew goes,
you keep doing that. That's why it falls off.
I love
You're shaking the pin out.
Here. He goes, you and Jim, what's with your Rolexes? Fucking gauche. They look crap. Look like wankers. He goes, you know what's cooler than a Rolex?
What's cooler?
Being able to tell the time from the sun. I can look at the sun and tell the time. That's cooler than a Rolex.
How dare an Irishman lecture an Australian on the sun? Like, this is a man who has spent the last 30 years of his life living in London, and he comes from Dublin. Well, when you see the sun, Andrew, But our tour manager, Adam, came in and said...
Adam goes, all right, mate, tell it with the sun. Well, you went 5 minutes over your set time, so tomorrow's gig, I'll cut a hole in the roof so you don't fucking run over.
He's fucking brutal.
He wasn't charmed by the Irish at all.
No, he wasn't charmed. He's known Andrew for a while. And I said to Andrew, are you reading the time from the sun? And he had no memory of this comment.
No, he was stoned out of his fucking head. We're never going to let him forget that.
He's like, what? You said you can read the time from the sun.
But we work at night.
We work at night.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We work at night. Indoors. Like there must be a time. Like, I know you can also read it off your phone, but when I'm on stage, I tell the time from my watch because,
Me too. I hit this button when I go on it.
Yeah. I turn the bezel around so it clicks onto it when I know I've started and stuff. And so functionally, it's funny because Hank's Little League game, one of the other kids walked up to me. He's a fucking 11-year-old.
Yeah.
11-year-old walks up to me and goes, can you tell the time with that Rolex?
Oh, yeah.
11-year-old, I mean, yeah, I tell the time with it. No, you don't.
Yeah, but...
What? And it's 11-year-old. I'm not going to go, I can too.
Well, he's basically saying, it's wanky, it's all for show, mate. Or is it because...
No, he doesn't think that people can read clocks with arms on them.
Oh, is that what it is?
That generation. It's just easy to the phone. And why would you use a wind-on thing? And he's heard his dad probably say, I use a smartphone, it's more accurate. These watches that cost so much.
I thought it might be that, like, he's such a rich kid that he's like, Rolex,
no.
I've got a Richard Mill.
No. This kid's not a rich kid. And he was just like, can you read the time with your Rolex? And I said, yeah. And he's like, there you go.
Bullshit. So let's get a couple of quick stories that are happening in the world.
All right.
Because we should cover a couple.
So cunt of the week is going to the tube drivers. We're going to bring back cunt of the week. You can suggest cunts of the week. Comment under with your cunt of the week if you have a different opinion.
Now, I've got a lot of cunts in the UK. I'm going to whip through a few.
All right.
Now, the United Kingdom, I obviously love it. We are big Anglophiles here.
I grew up watching English TV. I believe London's the greatest city on earth. I think that it's very hard to beat London. I have affection for America, Canada, Australia, Britain, the UK.
We always say there's no perfect place. We would love to pick bits of different ones to create our own paradise.
We could make a utopia. There is things. The underground is a perfect underground in here. Well, not right now, but there's things, the harbour in Australia, the harbour in Sydney, the architecture, and there's
America.
Things,
I love the freedom of speech. If you're going to work in comedy,
I love also having a great big car with a great big fucking thing, and the weather can't be beat in California. Everywhere's got their pros and cons, and I like the restaurants in LA. I like the food that you get at home in Australia. There's there's a lot to fucking.
But the America's in our business, the freedom of speech is the bedrock.
And LA, and New York. And London and Sydney all have something exactly the same. It's the people, multiculturalism at its finest.
So
they're the cities that are really nailing multiculturalism, in my opinion, where you sort of all walks of life is what I like about it.
Yes. Well, what unfortunately is happening in the UK?
I saw a cunt dressed as a punk in hot pants and a pink midriff. It's a fat fuck with a pink mohawk riding down the street. I'm like, you live your best life, mate.
You like those ones, do you? The few characters here and there.
Few characters.
Well, I had a character at the pub last night. I was going to actually, I'll say this as before I go into my rant about Britain's trampling of freedom of speech. I had a guy at the pub who was the pub fly. He just lives in the pub.
Yeah, I know those.
The pub I did was called, it's called The Ship, Fitzrovia Comedy Club. Now, the landlady who runs the pub lives on top of the pub.
Sure.
And so my dressing room was her living room, and she was making a chicken pot pie in there. And she goes, I made you a special meal because I thought you'd find it funny. I go, what's it called? She goes, I made you some faggots.
Yeah, they're Welsh balls of meat.
Welsh balls of meat.
The first time you see it, it's funny. It's just a giant meat.
She was like, I thought you'd find it funny. Faggots. I went, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Stade does a good routine about it. But yeah, when you first see it advertised on a banner, in a fish and chip shop, they'll have fish, chips, faggots. And you go...
Bit of fun.
They need to...
Bit of fun. So I'm sitting in the pub. It's such a lovely family atmosphere. And the local pub fly, who I put on my Instagram, has a gag that he does. He goes to every comedy show.
Yeah.
He was born without an ear.
Right.
And so when the comedians come on...
Like for music? Or just...
Just no ear.
Right, okay.
So when a comedian comes on, his heckle is he sits at the front, and if he thinks you're shit, he goes, rubbish, and he takes his ear off and puts it on the table because he doesn't want to hear you.
Yeah.
And so when I started talking, I started doing my bit about, the UK's gone to shit, where they're throwing comedians in prison. UK sucks. The weather. He just goes to this, bollocks, and he just took his ear off. And then after the gig, he was doing that to everyone. He was handing his ear to people, and he was going, go into the bathroom and speak to me. I'll hear it.
Yeah.
Lovely bit of banter.
Lovely bit of banter. But let's talk about the comedian.
But I want to talk about the UK freedom of speech, because Donald Trump and JD Vance particularly, had been lecturing Keir Starmer, and Americans were like, it's JD Vance talking about the UK. The UK doesn't have an issue with freedom of speech. And it pains me to say, as a lover of the Commonwealth, that things are getting out of control, and this is beginning to feel a little Orwellian. That's certainly the beginnings of it, because Graham Linehan, who wrote Father Ted,
Black Books,
the IT Crowd, Black Books.
Yeah, he's sitcom royalty in. He's like Norman Lear for the UK. Like, he's sitcom royalty.
Now, he's in the wash of the last 10 years. He's taken issue with the trans movement, particularly the transgender kids.
He had a son or daughter who transitioned.
I don't even know if that's true or not. But anyway, it's a big deal to him as a parent.
He doesn't believe in it. He doesn't believe that trans is a thing, which is his right to not believe it. We're not getting into the debate whether it's true or not.
It's completely irrelevant.
Body dysmorphia is a thing. But whether you think that a man can become a woman or a woman can become a man, biologically they can't. But whether you think that mentally they can, that's open for debate.
But you can say whatever the fuck you want. That's the bedrock of Western civilization is.
But you shouldn't be arrested for saying it's not real.
So he did some tweets, like, joking about this stuff. Nothing extreme or anything like that. He was arrested at Heathrow with 5, terror cops.
Yeah.
Like the ones with the MP5s. Arrested, put into a prison, and is facing trial for the tweets. Add to that, you've got a guy that got arrested the other day. This one is the more shocking. Well, actually, it's not more shocking than that.
First of all, it's heavy-handed. 5 people with guns at the airport. They could have just walked up to him with a badge, and it would have done the same thing. He wasn't a terror threat. He should never have had a weapon pointed in his face coming off a plane.
Well, that's there to just make people feel terrified of expressing dissent with anything.
That's what that is. It's a show of force to say, shut the fuck up if you have a disagreeable opinion, which is not what we're about.
Is that my bottle of water?
Yeah, it is. Sorry about that.
And you just drank from the lip instead of pouring it into a glass so that I could have some as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done that now.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
You just claimed it.
You've got a juice over there.
It's a big one. That was the big water bottle. That was meant to last me all day.
Got a bit thirsty.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll replace it. Fucking hell.
Yeah, all right. When?
I won't, but...
I need it for today. It's
I'll go downstairs and get you one.
You give me a water in 3 days doesn't fucking fix the need of thirst right now.
Well, I might as well finish it.
Yeah, that's yours now.
I've got to, yeah. I can't just sip it once.
I'm taking you out to dinner tonight, cunt. We were going to Heston Blumenthal's for dinner. You got a fancy dinner coming out, and you fucking stole me water, you cunt. Anyway, I'd like to put 5 guns in your fucking face now.
Can we move the dinner for 30 minutes earlier so I can do some gigs?
No.
I knew you'd say that. We shouldn't have this conversation.
Yeah, you've done enough gigs.
The comedy store
comedy
store called me and said, "Can you do 8:30 tonight at the comedy store?" And I said, "Unfortunately, I'm doing the Dinner by Heston tasting menu. I don't know how long that'll last. Let me call." And when I read that message back, I thought, my dad can only see who I've become now.
I'm going to undercut you. I'm going to ring up and get the gig myself.
We should go together.
Well, they'd be happy to see me.
You'll take my fucking
Will Don be down there? If Don's down there, I'll go.
So no, it's for Adam Rowe.
What, they have other people promoting comedy stores?
He's doing it's Adam Rowe and Friends. Yeah. Great comedian, Adam Rowe. Shout outs to him.
Evidently we're not friends, Adam.
Well, he probably thinks that he'd have to pay you. He knows you get me for cheap.
Doesn't matter now.
That's the difference between real Rolex and fake Rolex.
Doesn't matter.
Terrible that Linehan got arrested like that.
And he showed up with a sandwich board with the trans flag on it saying there is no such thing as a transgender child. So, obviously that sandwich board might have been bulletproof.
But since we recorded last,
yes,
it's gotten worse. So a guy got arrested for calling someone a muppet.
Also, the only reason that the people get upset by the tweets is because little pockets of people are there going, this person, attack. And they're flooding the phone lines. They're flooding the comment sections. They're trying to get upswell. This isn't how society should fucking work. That one person gets upset with another person's comments, and now we're going to make that person's life hell.
Yes. Well, that's exactly what I was going to discuss with this Muppet thing. So one guy called a woman a Muppet on the street.
Yeah.
Don't even know what the incident was.
Yes.
But it was something to the effect of, this guy's going, "You're a fucking Muppet."
And it was Miss Piggy. It was Miss fucking Piggy.
Well, we don't know how she looked, but if she did have pig-like features...
Yes.
It's mean.
Yeah, was she walking along with a frog?
But the guy got arrested under something called a Section 4, which is to call it offence and alarm.
Sure.
By calling this person a Muppet. And he was arrested by 3 police officers on the street. And I've never seen my British friends more radical than being like, you can't take Muppet from us. But we've lost the R word, we've lost the F word.
Yeah. Muppet was such a non-word. It didn't hurt anyone. You fucking Muppet. Like that. It's such it's nothing. It's not even a swear word.
But also, I don't want to paraphrase Steve Hughes too much, but the idea of having laws to stop you from offending other people are insane. There is no stock standard view of what offence is, what offends one person.
No, people get offended
another.
very easily. We had, at my gig, I do a routine at the moment about, a friend of mine who transitioned or whatever like that. I don't think the joke is transphobic. But we had a friend of ours come along with his girlfriend, and she did not enjoy the joke.
She did not enjoy it?
Yeah.
And then my friend had to mansplain to her why she was wrong.
What?
And then you know what she said to me?
Wouldn't have to if she transitioned.
Do you know what she said to me at the end? She goes, "I've been told I was wrong, and I am going to cop to the fact that he's smarter than me." I thought, we love to see a bit of common sense.
No, I don't believe the joke's offensive. I'm not the business.
Now, the second one, Banksy.
Yes.
Have you seen what happened with Banksy this week?
But no one knows Banksy. Banksy hides in the shadow and spray paints walls with rats running along with balloons.
Well, Banksy did a new one.
Yes.
2 days ago.
Right.
And it was a judge with a hammer hammering a protester. So Banksy was making a point, I believe it was probably about the Palestine rallies and the other rallies that they've had, that the courts are coming down heavy-handed on people trying to express their freedom of speech in Britain. And it was a judge hammering a protester.
It's interesting to watch the news here because it's clear that the BBC are following a pro-Israel stance. They are giving, if you watch the Palestine, I've been watching the news a lot since I've been out here. If you watch the BBC News, there's been a bomb dropped in Palestine, killed a hospital, 100,000 people dead, right? Whatever. And then they're like this. and they still haven't retrieved one hostage. You know what I mean? They're giving equal play, but I feel like they lean. I think the government here is leaning Israel, and I think the people. I think the people
lean Palestine
in Britain lean Palestine.
Absolutely. And you know what the British government did to that Banksy?
What?
They put a fence around it so no one can see it. I don't think I've ever seen a bigger symbol.
You're actually covering up art.
They covered up the art and they put 2 police officers and a portable fence in front of it so people couldn't take photos.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I'll show you.
I had no idea about this. You fucking... This is outraging me.
No, it is. I mean, this is Banksy. This is their most famous artist currently.
Ever. Like, who are the other famous British artists that are going to fucking stand the test of time in the modern era?
I'm a moron, but I did want to show you this. So...
I know a guy who knows Banksy. He knows the real Banksy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's in the comedy world, isn't he?
Yeah, I know a bloke who knows him quite well.
Okay, so that didn't work. I'll pull it up for you now. Check this out. This will... If this doesn't outrage you about where we're at... Okay, so that's the picture.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
That's great. And then...
what if I got a tattoo of that? Would that be dissent?
That would be dissent here, because now, look at that. That's the state of freedom of speech in Britain.
Right. Was that temporary while they were cleaning it off? Or is that just...
I don't know if it's still there, but now people are going up to all the Banksys doing censored, and that's the new trend, is to censor all the different graffitis to say, Britain, you can't express anything anymore.
Yeah, and also a judge hitting a protester with a hammer, it makes a statement. We're not living in fucking communist China.
Particularly at a time when we're expected to expend blood to fight the autocrats of Russia and China, and we in the West care about freedom, it's hard to get motivated to want to go and fight for your fucking society when you're becoming...
We're about to send our young men and women into war, right? That's about to happen.
Well, that's in the news the other day. Macron told the French hospitals to be ready for war. So when that's happening, you go, could we at least be what we pretend to be, which is a place of freedom of expression?
And you know what the funny thing about the Israel-Palestine war? We don't know which side they're sending the soldiers. We don't know what they're going to do yet.
We don't know shit, because Israel just also bombed Doha. They bombed Doha yesterday?
They reckon Trump's like, oh, fuck. Because he's pro-Israel, but Israel's fucking taking the piss right now. They just bombed Qatar.
And Qatar gave him a jet, so they're like, oh, that didn't buy us what we thought.
Yeah. They just bombed Qatar.
That was a waste of a free plane.
Like, they're fucking out of their mind what they're doing right now.
Well, that's the thing. There's going to be no peace negotiations after they've bombed.
No, and also this idea of, the hostages, release the hostages, You think they're going to fucking release shit now?
Yeah.
That's their only fucking peace.
It was the leader of Hamas's, one of the leaders of Hamas's son was killed in Doha. So
the fucking, what's his name? The president of Lebanon.
So what would happen if there was someone connected to Hamas here in the UK and Israel did a from space drone strike and blew up their apartment and said, you weren't acting, so we did it.
Yeah.
We killed a terrorist leader.
Well, then we all go to war.
They live in Birmingham.
They all go. Well, this is the thing. Israel's picking on countries that don't have big military.
Because they did the pager thing and everyone got excited, like, wow. But at the end of the day, they had no control of where those pages blew up or who was near them. What if the Mossad planted bombs on some radical Islamic sympathizers here in the UK and went, well, if the UK won't arrest them, we'll kill them. We're doing the world a favor.
No, we go to war.
So Qatar is its own sovereign state, and now they're getting attacked.
Yeah.
We have air bases in Qatar.
It would have fucked the World Cup up.
It could fuck up the next World Cup. All I've got is the FIFA World Cup. Don't fuck the FIFA World Cup.
I look forward to it every 4 years.
Like the Olympics, I don't
ask for much. I want to go to the Moulin Rouge once every decade and to see a World Cup every 4 years. Hey, world, sort it out. Get along.
I listen, and they do say there's an Islamic takeover of Paris. We will say in the Moulin Rouge, it was disappointing to see the girls were in burqas. It wasn't as racy.
The
fluttering of those Australian girls with their big, long lashes.
Oh, yeah, just come out here and,
So we've got those things that we've ticked off. There's another couple silly stories that I want to get through before we go. Qatar bombed, done. There's some real grim ones, which I don't know. I always think, like, should we cover the grim?
Sure.
We have to say...
We have to talk about what's at this moment.
So right now, America is having its biggest story, which is the beautiful Ukrainian refugee girl that was stabbed in North Carolina.
Look, I hate when we do this because everyone's saying she was so pretty. It's so weird that we have to comment on how good looking she was. After that was fucked. What's happened to that bloke?
Okay, so the big story at the moment is he'd been arrested 14 times.
Yeah.
And had been put back on the streets with the easy bail laws that they have over there.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to get the judge. The judge, by the way, the magistrate doesn't even have a law degree because you're allowed to have that in North Carolina for some fucking reason. So this crazy dude who'd committed 14 offenses before was put back onto the streets. He's on public transport. This little Ukrainian refugee managed to survive the war.
Yeah.
She's in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Gets on the metro after working her shift at a pizza store. And this guy just gets a knife. He's behind her.
Stabs her in the neck.
Just stabs her in the neck 3 times. People watching, they do nothing. The knife is dripping with blood. He says, I got that white girl.
In the people's defense.
If this is the white George Floyd moment.
Yes.
But a lot of media hadn't been covering it. Now they can't ignore it.
No, they have to cover it.
If this had gone the other way.
Horrendous. Well, I assume he's arrested again. I assume he's in prison. I assume he's not coming out ever again now. He just killed the person I assume he's going to prison forever. So I see what you're saying with the white George Floyd thing, but it wasn't police brutality. If it was police brutality, that would be different. And there was lead up to what happened to George Floyd ever since Rodney King, really, when we've been catching things on film. I don't want to make this about race. This feels to me to be a mental health issue, and he shouldn't have been let out. So this is a justice problem. This is a problem with the courts. This is a problem with the policing. This is a problem with who we let out in the street and who we don't. Now, he made it a race thing by saying, I got that white girl. So obviously there was some agenda with this fucking psycho.
Maybe agenda with the psycho, but the other thing is, okay, so I think about who's culpable for these things. Now, living in America, now I'm moving to New York.
Yes.
When you go out in these big cities, I always have to think of it from a woman's perspective.
Right. Where are they? Where can you find them?
I always think I get a little. I don't get that scared. I always say things like this: the media's overblown. How scary it is on the tube or the subway.
Maybe I didn't think about this as much when I was younger, but as I get older, and also being a dad, where you have to watch out for your children and stuff like that. I do empathise as much as I can with women. It must be terrible feeling fear when you're walking down the street. There's no street in the world that I really worry about walking down. Well, there's some, of course. There'd be a street in Gaza or whatever, you know what I mean? But for the most part, in most free cities, I'm pretty comfortable walking wherever I want to go. And I'm comfortable getting on public transport and,
But I feel this with America, right? So it's like, they spend all this money overseas to secure up their interests over there. And yet all these big cities, a lot of them are fucked. They're dangerous.
Okay,
crazy people loiter around, crazy homeless, just driftery types. There's people coming back onto the streets. It does feel extremely fucking unsafe. And the fact that this guy was able to stab someone and wander around without any action is a disgrace.
If a illegal immigrant did this, Trump would be having the time of his life right now. And the right-wing people would be fucking going bananas, and everyone would...
Well, they already are going bananas. Like, truly, this is a real ugly one where everyone's going, enough is enough. Like, how long can you be a country that's like, hey, girls, don't go out at night, you'll get murdered.
But what happened to me was, what happens every time there's knife crime, right? Someone writes to me with, maybe we need knife control.
Yeah.
Every time they write to me.
Of course.
Right? If that guy had a gun, imagine what he would have fucking done.
Australia just had 2 kids killed by guys with machetes.
Yes.
So those disposal bins didn't exactly do it.
They weren't because the engagement rings. We didn't make any ideas for anyone, did we?
There was nothing to do with this.
All right.
Engagement rings.
Just want to be clear.
So there's just levels and degrees of fucking psychos out there. And they say in America what happened with the mental asylums was the perfect convergence of left-wing and right-wing politics, which was left-wing people said, we can't put crazies in asylums because it goes against their rights, and we have to be more. We have to give them more freedom, and we can't say that they need our help. They're free to choose what they want. And then the right wingers were happy to go along with that because they said we don't have to fucking pay for mental health programs, and we can shut the asylums down. And so now they just sort of wander the streets, And it might be time to get the cuckoo's nest back.
That cunt needs constant care. And the thing is, he may go into a mental assignment even still. He may see no prison time because they'll go, he was clearly crazy, and they'll just dose him up and put him in a mental asylum.
I think like that guy, Greg.
Is there a death penalty in that state?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. Right. The guy, Greg Gutfeld.
I know Gutfeld.
He made a pretty reasonable point, which is they keep saying this guy's crazy. And he went, well, he's not that crazy, is he? Because he decided to stab a young, thin girl from the back, and then he was also able to dispose of the weapon and walk away. Crazy would be trying to do that to a giant man. He was of enough mind to realize he could pick on an innocent, vulnerable person and get away with it.
Really crazy people can't figure out the tube.
Yeah, exactly.
Get through the fucking the paywall.
Yeah.
Get through the gate. Get onto the thing. Get to the
so
next stop.
I don't want to hear after that crime. I don't want to hear any like, oh, but what's he been through? Sorry.
No, whatever he's been through in life, he has been repaid back in full now, or he's paid back in full. Like, fuck that cunt. Stabbing a fucking girl.
It was like, that's like a radicalizing video, that one. That was, and it's hard, like, moving to New York now. It's affected my life in a big way because now my girlfriend's like, I don't know if I want to take the fucking tube. So, I mean, let's make this about me.
Yeah. Well, there's steps. Don't sit in front of people. Sit on the side seats. But it's terrible when you have to go. And whenever you do this, always face here and never have your back to here. And never. In life, you shouldn't have to worry about if you're wearing an expensive watch walking down the road that someone's going to mug you. You shouldn't. You should be able to do whatever you want, wherever you fucking want, without fucking worrying about your safety.
And I don't think I would. Would I have helped?
Now,
probably not.
This is with the tube. Rather than give those people a pay rise, put one security guard in each fucking carriage. Yeah. One in each fucking carriage. Now, you can think what you want about Giuliani. Giuliani cleaned up New York. Now, since then, he has done some cunty things. But he put a cop on every block in New York.
How about this? Don't deploy the US troops to the Middle East. Deploy them to public transport. The troops keep their jobs. We keep fueling the military-industrial complex, and they just guard us so we can get home.
But also, you've got these psychos stabbing someone in the neck. But stop terrorist attacks. Anyone who leaves a backpack on a fucking train, have a security guy on each fucking carriage ready to go.
But that is what Donald Trump's talking about when he's saying he wants to invade the cities with the National Guard. So that's also not popular. But that is a police state.
It's not a cop. That. Just a fucking. No one can arrest you, but if they see shit go down, they can intervene. Right?
Yeah.
They can't come out and go, oh, you're chewing gum, are you? Fucking blah, blah, blah. I don't want a fucking nanny state where we're in trouble all the time. But if shit goes down, in the same way we have security in a bar or a nightclub or fucking anywhere, or a comedy club.
So, yes, we had to address those two stories. Fucking absolutely horrific. The other ones that I wanted to bring up to make a lighter note as we end is a story about a divorce. Now, do you know who Matthijs de Ligt is?
No.
Matthijs de Ligt is a Dutch football player who plays for Manchester United.
Oh, right.
And he got married last year.
Yes.
He's just gotten divorced. And people are saying the reason why.
Well,
I'll read this to you.
I know a lot of people who get married and get divorced within the first year. That seems very good. I feel like marriage, if you last the first 2 years, you're going to last the first 5 years. If you last the first 5 years, you're going to last the first 10 years. And then I don't know after that. Because I see a lot of people get divorced around 11 years.
So divorced 1 year in.
A lot of people get divorced 1 year in.
That must be very embarrassing.
They go, I had a relative get divorced very quickly and it was embarrassing. You know what I mean? Because that big wedding and all that type of stuff. We know another couple that lasted a few months.
Yeah.
And it's if they have a lavish wedding.
And it's always the lavish one.
Oh, it's always a lavish wedding. And it turns out like, I had another mate who it turned out his missus was having an affair all the whole time. Before the wedding, during the wedding, after the wedding, it never ended. And it's like, what did you get married for?
I guess they think it's going to fix it or something like that. Like they'll be transformed into new people. But Matthijs de Ligt, this one made me laugh a little bit because
that's a good name for transformed.
Transformed.
Yeah.
So the Manchester United defender married her in the summer of 2024, but just a year later, their relationship has broken down. Reports in the Netherlands say the split comes after growing tension over Annickie's new spiritual lifestyle. Her Instagram has now increasingly shown her interest in crystals, tarot cards, mysticism, and she's even launched her own brand of alchemia built around spirituality and transformation, astrology, etc. What started as a quirky passion has become a point of friction. So basically, Matthias has fucking had enough of listening to Mercury being in retrograde as an excuse to act like a lunatic.
Sure.
Astrology. Basically, he married a witch.
Yeah.
He's married a witch. He's come to his senses and he can't fucking tolerate it anymore.
They all have a little, like, I stupidly was watching it at the news the other day and there was a little piece on how the butterfly population has dropped from 60% since 2011. We have 60% less butterflies and 50% of all the species of butterflies are extinct, right? Since 2011. Because we've ruined the habitat and pesticides on our gardens and stuff like that kills them. We're doing things to make our flowers grow, not to help the fucking butterflies. The butterflies are going. Now, they're not like losing the bees where they're so fundamental to society, the whole world crumbles if we don't have them. But they're fucking beautiful and we don't want to get rid of butterflies. Butterflies used to fly along with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They used to land on the back of fucking T-Rexes and flap their little wings. And during our watch, from 2011 to 2025, we've lost 60% of them. That's fucked. Anyway, I was high and I called my wife up. I don't only call her high, but and I tell her about the butterflies.
It's like the Arctic Monkey song.
Yeah. I tell her about the butterflies because last week she heard about the fucking slave monkeys. Did we mention the slave monkeys a couple of times? I don't know if it was 2 podcasts ago. But if you don't mention the slave monkeys, so my wife went to buy some coconut products. And on the thing it said, no monkey slaves.
No monkey slaves used. No, we found out this in Paris. So we haven't done this.
Yeah, no monkey slaves used, right? And so we Googled this. My wife, who loves animals, is a struggling vegan. She's like a closeted gay person who sucks a cock every now and again.
But anytime she watches a documentary, it's a nightmare because that means there's more cuisine or entertainment that you're not allowed to engage in.
My wife will cry in front. Like, she can't see that Seaspiracy one on Netflix. Because we'll never have sushi again. And she was like a pescatarian vegan, and she still tries to do that, but she slips off every now and again. She tries her very best. She struggles with not eating meat. She really wants to not eat meat and be a good person in her definition. And so she goes to buy coconut because she drinks coconut milk and puts coconut stuff on her and coconut coke. We all like coconut. Who doesn't like coconut? And then it said, no monkey slaves. And there was a picture of a monkey. No monkey slaves.
It was a monkey with a collar around it and then an X through it. So I was like, let's Google this. So it turns out what the monkeys are made to do, they're enslaved and they are taught to go up the tree and grab the coconuts.
They just bash down the coconuts, right? Now, you could do it with a stick, but they've trained the monkeys. They've trained the monkeys, and the monkeys are good to go.
So we could go over there as animal rights
it turns out most coconuts are from monkey slaves.
I didn't know this.
Most coconuts are from monkey slaves.
So in Thailand,
already, the term monkey slave sounds super racist. It's not the. What other word would you call them than monkey slaves?
Primate.
Yeah, primate.
Our primates. We're friends with them. They like it.
Anyway, so old Tazy, my wife, I shouldn't call her old, she won't like that. She went, oh, fuck, I can't get coconuts now. And then she started looking into the different brands that have different coconuts. And now it's things like, if you have a bit of Cadbury's with coconut, my wife's like, I don't know if I can eat that. I think they use monkey slaves or something. I'm not saying Cadbury's use monkey slaves, but you get what I'm saying.
But what we don't get is you could just get a big, long pool cleaner and just do this.
No. There must be a thing with a lever on it. Like there just has two cups like this.
Yeah.
2 cups like this. Dunk. Like it can't be slower than the monkeys.
What was the thing we said the other day? You go, we should go up to the Thai people and go, here, use this stick. And then they go, to beat the monkeys.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Get up the fucking tree. And the monkeys get thrown in a cage. And then the only time they get let out is to fucking do the thing. And now the butterflies are fucked. So my wife's like, we have to save the butterflies. This is my wife's first thing, right? And she goes, and she found a flower that will bring the most like sort of butterflies in.
Okay.
And so she thinks
she's rehabbing the butterflies.
Yeah. 1 flower at a time at my house. She's like, if it goes back up to we've lost 59% of the butterflies.
So to bring this back to Matthias DeLitt, what you're saying is there is a day where you will divorce her.
I'm just saying, and you know this as well. When you marry a person, and I assume it's the same for women, right? Mm-hmm. When you marry a person, you just have to put up with their stupid shit. You just have to like. I have
There's
to listen.
worse things they could be doing.
Hey, look, I don't want monkey slaves neither. But you think I'm not going to have a bounty bar? You're fucking mistaken.
I love the idea of Tazy saying, I'm against these monkey slaves. And you're like, cancel a birthday present. a couple of monkeys that you're going to come work around the house with.
Yeah.
I'd love some monkey slaves in the house.
I like a coconut cake with all coconut around all type of stuff. That's what I got for my birthday.
Aren't all animals, this is the thing though, aren't all animals, even pets, slaves? They don't want to be there. Their slavery is emotional labor.
Anyone, you have to teach a trick to on command is doing some slave work. Like the girls at the Moulin Rouge.
Like, if anything, the monkey slaves, they're not bothered all the time with emotions. They get a reward for going and getting the monkeys, the coconuts down.
Yeah.
A pet, your cats, your dogs or whatever, you enslave them. They don't want to be there. If you
there's definitely horse slaves.
Horse slaves exist?
Horses are slaves. Even the zoo. They're just like models. It's like if you kept a model in a cage, everyone would check out.
Your wife doesn't like any of the zoo.
No, we can't go to the zoo. I've had to take my kids to the zoo on the slide, but my 4-year-old grasses you up all the time. He can't do anything in the secret with him. He'll grass you up.
He gets a kick out of it too.
Yeah, he said to his mum the other day, he's like, Dad gives me chocolate sometimes. What? Yeah, when you're out of the house, he gives me chocolate. Fuck you, dude.
Dude, he's a spy, that boy.
And then he starts calling me Jim. She goes, does Daddy do that? Yeah, Jim.
Oh, you've got a little Bart Simpson. Yeah, you're Homer.
Yeah, Jim. Jim does it.
Okay, well, my thing with the girls with the crystals is you just can't do it from the data. I remember
you should have known that before you got married. There must be more to this story. It can't just be the crystals and the this and the that. She must be a banging looking bird, right?
Yeah, she's a good looking lass.
Okay, they get a bit more leeway.
No, because I think what happens is men. So they use a thing called co-star. Do you know what this is?
No, you that? You're a co-star.
I am a co-star.
Yeah.
What happens is there's different star signs that match better with different people.
Oh, I hate that.
And women believe this to the core. And when you're just dating, men will say fucking anything. Oh, you're a Gemini? Oh, yeah, I'm a Cancer rising.
No one has any opinion on Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. You got I'm an Aquarius. I don't know about that. No one.
I certainly haven't got anything, but I reckon what happens is dudes end up matching with girls because they essentially lie and say, oh, yeah, the astrology, yeah, whatever. Once they've actually got the woman, they're like, I don't ever want to hear about this ever again.
Well, I know people who have been born on the same day as me in the world, and I didn't.
Couldn't be more different.
I didn't go, we're the same.
Yeah, but girls really, like, in the fall of religion, women have taken this up to be, they've filled the hole of Catholicism or whatever it is with this crystal spirit. They are becoming witches again. They really buy into it. The saging and the star signs impacting their behaviour.
I had acupuncture for the first time the other day. I don't know if I think it's bullshit or real.
What did it do for you?
When they do it in your stomach.
Yeah.
Have you had it done in your stomach?
No, I don't in the stomach, no.
So they do it in your stomach, and then that did nothing. That was just like a flat fucking porcupine. I would have rather had a massage, just all these pins sticking out of my stomach. But then when they did it on the back of my arm, I felt like a thing up my neck. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like sometimes they hit a few nerves.
They get into the nervous system.
They get into the nerves like that. I didn't think that was relaxing.
None of it. I used to have it done actually into my shins when I had shin splints, and then they would put the needles in and then connect it to a pulse generator, and electricity would just vibrate through my leg.
Was this when you were
for
in
half
Kabul?
an hour? Well, this is what they were trying to get some information out of me for things that I knew about.
I've always said that about when we were doing the Jim Jefferies show. I remember what's his name? John Oliver did a piece how slavery doesn't work. No, not slavery.
How torture doesn't work.
How torture doesn't work. He goes, oh no. He goes, and they've proven time and time again that it doesn't work. And this man was tortured. And this man, I disagree. I think torture works because it's worked on me several times.
Well, yeah, it's because you've got a weak constitution.
My wife has been angry with me and brought something up over and over and over and over and over again until eventually you just go, all right, fucking enough.
No, but they say with torture, you just say you start to confess to anything as long as the pain stops.
Yeah,
so they're like, when's the terror attack happening? You go, September 15.
But sometimes you have to actually go, the bodies are over there. This is where you find the thing. This is because I remember my brother sitting over my face farting. I gave him what he wanted. Big tonguing of his arsehole.
All right. Well, that's the last of what's happening at this moment.
But don't torture me. It wouldn't work.
There's one final story is the newspapers today in London say that the royal brothers are both here.
Coming to my show.
They didn't come to your show. They're still not talking. So my feeling was, is there a chance that the Oasis energy of seeing two brothers unite. Will that have an impact? And will William and Harry?
Well,
imagine if William and Harry walked out at the end of the next Wembley Oasis show and they held their arms
they
up
should.
together.
If they walk out before that, they come to the stage and it's William and Harry, the people will lose their fucking mind.
Okay, so it goes like this. Ready? It's Wembley, packed, and it's Acquiesce.
And then
because we need each other. Big screen.
Yeah.
The box, the royal box, the two brothers.
No, walk out the stage during the thing and have
out.
them on the fucking thing stand like. The boys would let that happen. It's too funny.
I don't know if we've got any royal connects.
The royal people speak to the Oasis people. The Oasis people speak to the royal people. You want to make something that will be remembered in history throughout time.
Oh, you know what they do?
Throughout time.
No, they do it even better. They do the Coldplay thing. Because we need each other.
I know.
And then it's
but there's the joke, and then they're holding each other, and like that.
And those two are holding each other. I don't know. All I'm saying is, I think that would heal Britain. Oasis are back together. The royal family's back together. Fucking free Graham Linehan. The tube strike. Fucking end it. Let's get this country moving again. Bring back freedom of speech and free Banksy. Anything else to add?
Free Banksy. Free Banksy. And free the fucking monkey slaves, bro.
Free the monkey slaves.
Free the monkey slaves. Hashtag free the monkey slaves.
All right, that's what's happening.
Good night, Australia.